Well, guys, it has been quite a big minute since I made my last video on just about anything, whether it be need to know news or the last top 10 video where I did the top 10 reasons why Halo 5 sucks, which is the most popular video I've ever made. I think it got a little over 4,000 views, which is pretty insane. So I've been playing a lot of Destiny. Like if you've been curious at all what I've been up to, I've just been streaming. I just put YouTube aside, just because I work at a job and then I come home and stream, and there's not really any time in between to make a video. And yeah, just that's just really the reason. But the link will be down in the description if you want to check out my stream, twitch.tv/temporistic. The first T is a 7. But anyway, this video is going to be another top 10 reasons why, and this time it's going to be on why Destiny 2 PvP sucks. So, before I get started, first and foremost, I want to say that I absolutely love and adore PvE. I love all the strikes, all the story missions, adventures, patrols, anything PvE I love in Destiny. I think Bungie did a really good job doing, anything PvE in Destiny, whether we're talking about Destiny 1 or Destiny 2. And really, I wasn't really irked about PvP as much as I am now since Forsaken has come out. I think this Forsaken update was phenomenal for PvE, but I think it was complete dog shit, garbage, trash for PvP. And when I talk about PvP, I'm talking about not only Crucible, but I'm talking about Gambit as well. I'm going to get into Gambit at the end of the video, but I just want to get into the top 10 reasons why PvP in Destiny 2 is complete garbage, and why I really am irked about it so much is because, Bungie is the company that made the most competitive game ever, which is Halo 1, 2, and 3, and arguably, Halo Reach wasn't, that bad. It really was a competitive game, especially when they took out Bloom and Sprint. I was more irked about Sprint than I was about Bloom, but either way, I'm getting a little off topic here. But so, when I think of Bungie and what they did with Halo, it's mind-boggling that they make a, multiplayer game like Destiny, even though I know that, multiplayer is not their full, thing that they're doing with Destiny. It doesn't have their full attention. I understand that. I understand that Destiny is not a multiplayer game. It is first and foremost a co-op game with story and raids and strikes. I understand that 110%. But because they have had, I think they have had tournaments, little small tournaments for Destiny, and they're trying to get into esports a little bit. At least from what I've been seeing with them, I think it's really important for them to know what they need to change and what they need to do, or this whole thing is just going to be a complete joke. So, without making this video too long, I want to get into the top 10 reasons why Destiny 2 PvP sucks. So, the first one is just plain and simple. It takes absolutely no skill whatsoever, and I should know because I play Crucible a lot. Not because I want to, but because I have to in order to get powerful rewards. If I want to, get to 600 light, I have to do all the powerful rewards. So not only do I do the PvE side, but in Crucible, if I have a daily that says play 1 match or play 5 matches, or if I have bounties where I get good gear, then I have to do it. And not only that, but there's a quest out right now for Destiny 2 that I still haven't completed because my luck sucks. But you have to complete. I think you have to win 1 match in Crucible by having a full set of Seasons 4 Crucible armor. So that means your helmet, your gauntlets, your chest, your legs, and your mark, bond, or your shroud, hood for Hunter. But yeah, all that has to be Season 4 armor, or you won't be able to do the quests done. You won't be able to get it done. So I've already done it on my Titan, but I have a Warlock and a Hunter also, so I have to do it again. So the only way to get the Season 4 armor is to grind Crucible matches. And you're either going to get the armor at the end of a match, or you're going to have to turn in your tokens to Lord Shaxx, and he's going to hopefully give you the armor that you need. So that's why I unfortunately have to play as many matches as I do, because once you do the quest, you get a powerful reward. So when I say no skill, when somebody says it takes no skill, it's kind of a broad term. But let me get more specific into it. So when I say no skill, I mean that the game has an insane amount of aim assists. Way too much aim assists. I mean, it's crazy how easy it is to aim. I find myself missing shots very rarely. And I'm not a good individual player. I never pride myself off of being individually skilled in Halo or any game. I pride myself off of good communication, good teamwork, being a very good support player, knowing how to position myself, and just knowing what's going to happen, and just knowing the scenarios that are going to happen. So I pride myself on being a very smart player, not a very individually skilled player. So in Destiny 2, when I hit almost all my shots, somebody like me, and I noticed it's because of aim assists. It's just crazy. Whether you use a pulse rifle, a scout rifle, or you use a sniper, and with the sniper, we have the same problem in Destiny 2, and it was even a problem in Destiny 1 that we had in Halo 4. And what I'm talking about is you don't get descoped when you're using a sniper, when you're scoped in, when somebody shoots you. If I'm using the multi-tool, if I'm using some pulse rifle, and I'm shooting a sniper and I'm challenging him, and he snipes me in the head, it's because he does not get descoped. And it's very frustrating because it just adds to the fact that it takes absolutely no skill to snipe with a sniper. I don't use sniper at all in Destiny. I think it's horrible. I think it's a horribly made sniper. If we're looking at Call of Duty, Gears of War, or Halo, or any other game that has a sniper in it with PvP, I think Destiny did the worst. Bungie did the worst job with Destiny when we're talking about snipers. Have I used a sniper before? Yes, and it's insanely easy to use. It's just easy to use. It's crazy. And then no skill. It also comes down to not having to predict spawns, because it's so easy to know where somebody's going to spawn. But I have spawns on here on this list, so I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. But that's basically all that is for no skill. It's so easy to shoot somebody. It's crazy. And number 2 is going to be supers. They should not be anywhere near PvP. It's crazy. It's like when you use your super, it's an instant death for anybody. Yeah, yes, you can die when you use your super, but let's be real. If I use if I turn on my golden gun, I mean, that's an easy, at least 3 kills for me. Let's be realistic here. When somebody uses their super, there's at least a 95% chance that they're going to get kills. Unless they're complete dog shit at the game, they will get guaranteed kills if they use their super. And this should be just common sense. I shouldn't have to go in depth of why supers should not be in tournament play, why supers shouldn't be in PvP at all. It's because, they just don't take any skill. And we should be promoting, having people getting kills with pulse rifles, auto rifles, hand cannons, any other guns, sidearms, not supers. Somebody shouldn't be able to, press one button to activate their super, or LB, RB, whether you're playing on PC or console. They shouldn't be able to do that and just get a bunch of kills. And another thing with supers is you don't have to get kills to charge up your super. When you start the game, if you just stand there for 4 minutes, you're going to get kicked from the game. But if you don't get any kills for 4 minutes, you will charge up your super. It takes 4 minutes for your super to charge up, and then you'll be able to use it. And that to me is just mind-boggling. So, I mean, if they're not going to take it out, they at least need to make it to where you have to get 10 kills to get your super. You should only be able to use your super like once per game. I would be okay with that, I guess. If everybody in the game can only use their super once per game. Like a trump card, you're in a tight situation and you use your super just once per game. I guess I could live with that. I'm willing to compromise. I am willing to compromise. But anyway, number 3, heavy ammo spawns too soon. I don't know if this is for every map, but at least on a couple of maps, I've noticed that people get heavy ammo right off the start of the game. I know yesterday I was playing in a PvP match, and somebody killed me with a rocket launcher 10 seconds after the game started. And I'm just like, I did not know that heavy ammo spawns that quickly. I thought it was 2 minutes after the game started, but like I said, maybe it's different for every map. So I mean, I think that's just ridiculous how fast heavy ammo spawns, and it's not even, it's spawning so fast. It's that it spawns in the same spot every single time, and not only that, but if you go up to the heavy, it tells you right there, it's going to spawn in 30 seconds. It's going to spawn in 60 seconds. I think that's complete bullshit. Like that's why Halo 1, 2, and 3 they're so separated from the multiplayer games that are made today. Because if you look at Halo 5, the game will tell you when a weapon is going to be coming up. I mean, the announcer's like, oh, we got, rocket launcher coming in 1 minute. And I'm just like, why? Why are we not making people have to memorize when things are coming up? Like in Halo 3, I still know all the times for, sniper. Whether, right when the game starts, pick up a sniper, the next time it's going to spawn is 12:27, and after that, 9:55. Oh, and then 7:23. I have them memorized, And it's not hard. It's not hard to memorize when things come up. So take the timer off of them and make people memorize when they're going to spawn, and move the spawns around. Stop having it in the same spot. And instead of 2 minutes, let's make it spawn in 5 minutes, because I mean, I think it's just ridiculous how fast they spawn, because when somebody gets heavy, another 95% of the time they're going to get a kill with heavy. Number 4, you can now spawn with ammo in your sniper, shotgun, and fusion rifle because of the new slot system. And this is what I'm talking about with Forsaken. This is, without a doubt, the worst update Destiny 2 had. Destiny 2 PvP was fine. It wasn't fine, but I would rather go back to the way it was than how it is now. They're going back to how Destiny 1 was, where you can spawn with ammo in your snipe, your shotgun, your fusion rifle. You don't have to earn it. Because they move the slots around. So now snipers, shotguns, and fusion rifles, they take primary and secondary ammo. When I say secondary, I'm talking about energy ammo. Now you're like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. There's shotguns and fusion rifles that take heavy ammo. I'm just like, yes, very few of them do. Like the shotgun, the Acreus, fusion rifle, I'm talking about linear fusion rifles, of course, yes. They take heavy. But most of the sniper, shotguns, and fusion rifles are now in the primary and secondary slots, and they do not take heavy, which means you're going to spawn with the ammo already in your gun, which is complete dog shit for competitive play. Now, if you want this to be Clown Fiesta, then okay, video's over. I'm deleting it. I'm not posting it up on YouTube. But no, Destiny, Bungie is trying to have tournaments for this game, and just for competitive players, like me, that go in to get our powerful rewards, and I don't want to get sniped, shotgun, or fusion rifle right off the bat. Like, they should have to earn their ammo. And that brings me to number 5, which is plain and simple just shotguns. Shotguns are just ridiculous. I mean, when I look at my kill feed, and I'm seeing, 99% in my kill feed is people killing other people with shotguns. I mean, that's ridiculous. That should, we should be trying to balance weapons, so, the first kill in the game, oh, this guy killed this guy with a auto rifle, the next person killed somebody with a shotgun, okay, and the third person that got killed with the game, oh, he's using a hand cannon, okay, so that's how it should be. It shouldn't be shotgun, 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 and it wasn't just one person, it was 4 different guys using a shotgun. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Not only that, but there's some perks on shotguns where if you slide before you shoot, the range increases. So, like I said, I am willing to compromise. If we are not going to if we are not going to take out shotguns or make them harder to use, like put them back in the heavy slot, then just make it harder for them to get ammo for the gun, or decrease the range. Just decrease the range on it. Make it close range. That's what a shotgun is. It's a close range weapon. And now, the way that they have it, to where there's so many ways to increase range. You can get a callus on it. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much range it is. And another thing, because of radar in the game, people are going to camp around corners with shotguns, and it's just the most frustrating thing ever. So yeah, shotguns are a big problem right now in PvP. Number 6, I kind of just talked about this, weapons not being balanced. Some auto rifles do more damage than pulse rifles, etc., etc. If somebody new comes in to PvP and they finished the campaign for Red Legion, they just started playing Destiny like a week ago, and they're like, okay, I gotta complete a match or two in PvP, which you do. Lord Shaxx gives you that like right after you beat the Red Legion campaign. You're not gonna have the same good weapons that people have in PvP that are level 50, like 540 light right now, and it's not going to be a fair experience. And weapons need to be balanced. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect where a pulse rifle, like an auto rifle, should be able to beat a pulse rifle close range. A pulse rifle should be able to beat an auto rifle from far away. And there's some auto rifles that are long range, and it shouldn't be like that. And there's some pulse rifles that can't even shoot mid range. I mean, I know there's I don't know how many weapons there are, maybe 500 at least in Destiny, but they need to take a look at them because it's not a fair experience. When you want to play a multiplayer game, I don't know about you, but at least for me, I want a fair experience. That's what Halo is. You start with the same weapon, you start with the same amount of grenades, and I understand that Destiny multiplayer is more like Call of Duty, where you have multiple weapons that you can put in your loadout and stuff like that. I understand that. I understand that it's not like Halo; it's more like Call of Duty. Okay, but even if we're talking about Gears of War, they have different weapons that they can use off of their loadout, but it's still minimal compared to Destiny 2. I mean, there's hundreds of weapons to choose from and such a variety that it's just going to be a complete RNG fest when somebody 1v1s another player. Like, it should be skill based. They talk about the way that the NPCs talk about Crucible in Destiny. They talk about it like it's so competitive and so skillful and stuff, when it's really not. It's more RNG based because I don't if I'm running down this hallway and because of how much experience I have playing Destiny 2, Destiny 1 or 2 PvP, I know someone's going to be down this hallway at this time just because of the different scenarios that I've gone through, and I don't know what weapon they're going to have. It doesn't matter how many games somebody plays in PvP, there's no way of knowing what weapon they're going to have. So if I'm better than that person, though, if they are just horrible, they have a 0.5 KD, I have a 2.0 KD, I, on paper, should be able to beat them. But because of they have the perfect weapon in the perfect situation, I lose the battle. I mean, that's just RNG. That's random base. And it shouldn't be like that. So they need to balance the weapons better. And that brings me to number 7. Certain weapons that shouldn't be allowed in PvP. If you don't think that out of all the weapons in Destiny, if you don't think that weapons that you are using in PvE should be banned in PvP, you're just an idiot. It's simple as that. That should be common sense right there. That every weapon in PvP, you really think that every weapon that's used in PvP is going to be good in PvP or should be used in PvP? No, not at all. And I'm talking about 3 weapons right now. 3 weapons that we should all know fine and well. And that's Sleeper Simulant. I understand that it is not an easy weapon to get. It's a grind. I understand that. And when you get the Sleeper, you earned it. You worked for it. Mad respect to you. But keep it in PvE. Keep it in PvE. I know it's a boss melter, but it's not fair. When you think of a fusion rifle, you think of a mid-range, takes a couple seconds to charge, insane amount of impact, but the range on it should just be mid-range. I understand it's a one-shot kill if somebody hits somebody with it. I understand that. That's fine. Whether somebody's using a linear fusion rifle, whether someone's using a main ingredient, or whatever. A Sleeper Simulant, number 1, it takes 1 second to charge. Number 2, impact is through the roof. And number 3, it overpenetrates. So if I'm standing behind somebody that's about to get shot by a sleeper, they're going to get a 2 for 1. And then somebody standing behind me, it's going to be a 3 for. It's just ridiculous. I mean, somebody can be at their spawn, and I can be at my spawn. And if we have line of sight and they charge up their sleeper, I'm dead from that far away with a fusion rifle. There's nothing you can do against a sleeper. Nothing. Moving on. The second weapon I'm talking about is Acreus. Now, I haven't seen too many people using it compared to before this Forsaken update. But Acreus, if you guys don't know, it's a arc shotgun, and when you shoot it, it gets a little bit more range. So, it's not a normal shotgun; it's an exotic shotgun. But Acreus, when you shoot it, it shoots off an arc blast that I forget what the description of the ability that it has, but it shoots it just further. It shoots it further than any shotgun shoots their gun. And it really needs to be nerfed. It needs to be nerfed because think of all the shotguns that are used right now and the range on them. Times that by 2, and that's the range that Acreus has. But compared to Sleeper, it's not a big problem. And then the third one is what a lot of people are talking about. Not sure if they're talking about it as much as Sleeper, but I love using this gun, Colony. I haven't had big of a problem with it. I think it's easy to counter just by jumping up in the air. But Colony, if you guys don't know, it's an exotic grenade launcher, and when you shoot it, it shoots out. I think you can have 5 grenades in the launcher, but basically when you shoot it, it tracks the person that you're shooting at. So these things, they light up these grenades and they go on the ground and they track, the heat signature, or they track the person that you're trying to shoot at, and they'll actually go up walls and follow the person until they kill them. So I mean, it kind of is OP, but if you're an experienced player, and you've been using Colony and you know what it does and you know what it sounds like when somebody shoots it, like I do, I just jump in the air and 9 times out of 10 they don't kill me with it. So I don't think it's that big of a problem, but I do understand why people want it taken out of PvP as well. But my big issue is Sleeper. Sleeper needs to be taken out of PvP. Brings me to Gambit. Sleeper is an insane issue in Gambit. Now, like I said, I'm willing to compromise. If by taking it out of Gambit, you keep it in Crucible, I'm fine with that. But Gambit is an insane problem. I'm talking about it at the end of the video, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, number 8. This is probably going to be a 30-minute video. I'm sorry, guys. Number 8, radar and grenades / smokes showing up on radar confusing people. What do I mean by that? So, we have radar in Crucible, of course. Radar, just right off the bat, is confusing. It's not as specific as motion sensor in Halo. It's not as good as the map motion sensor in Call of Duty. It's, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think radar is really stupid in Destiny. I think it should be taken out. It is just very confusing. But anyway, when somebody throws a grenade, I'm not talking about like a fusion grenade. I'm talking more like a grenade that, not an arc bolt grenade, but one of those grenades that just stays there and does damage over time. They will show up on the radar, and it looks just like if somebody's there. So, if somebody doesn't know that this person threw a grenade, they're going to come around the corner and they're like, okay, there's somebody right around the corner. And they come out and they see the grenade, but they're like, where is the person? So they're standing there wasting time while they could be, pushing up with a team. They could be getting a control point or whatever. And I just don't understand, why that's a thing. And when I talk about smokes, I'm talking about Hunter. When they throw a smoke, it shows up on the radar as well. I just don't know why that's a thing. Why grenades and smoke show up on radar, because it's going to confuse people, and it could get them killed. I mean, yes, you could say it's a tactic, but I've just never seen it used in any multiplayer game, and I just don't know why it's a thing. Maybe just have it, a different color than red, because when you look at your radar and somebody's there, the color is red. But I don't know. I just don't think it's. It should be there. It just confuses people. It'll make it to where a bad person can beat a good player just by, accidentally confusing them, but it's whatever. Number 9, horrible spawn system. This is a big issue. So many times during a game, my teammate will be fighting another guy, and I'll spawn right behind my teammate. Not 10 feet behind my teammate. Like when I spawn, I'm licking his back, basically. And I just don't know why the spawn system is like this. They made such a good spawn system in Halo 2 and Halo 3, where the spawn system will spawn you away from combat. Um, and I just don't understand why I would spawn, next to my teammate if they're in a fight. And it really confuses me. Like I said, Bungie, they go from making Halo to making this dog shit. Maybe the same team that made Halo is not the same team that made Destiny, but then again, they still have a considerable amount of employees that have been around since Bungie started in the late 1990s, when they made Marathon. So that's why I don't really think that's it. These people should know what a competitive PvP, experience looks like, feels like, and they should be trying to give it to their customers. But so when I'm talking about control, let's say that the enemy team has A and B. I'm at C. This is the only point that we control, and they keep killing us on C. And until they capture C, we'll keep spawning on C and getting spawn killed, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. When you think about a spawn system, if people want to spawn kill you, they should have to use their knowledge, their game knowledge, to be like, okay, I know where they're going to spawn and this and this and that. But when they're just going to keep spawning on the same point, they don't have to think about it too much. When you're playing on Pit and Halo, in Halo 3, and you kill them in Needles, they're going to spawn, Courtyard, and you can spawn kill them like that. So using your game knowledge that way, that's fine, because, they're going to spawn in different areas. But with the spawn system in Destiny, you spawn in the same... I mean, I've spawned in the same place like 5 times, just because my teammates keep fighting people in our spawn. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Number 10, no ranking system, which means that you can get a brand new player on your team and you can match teams of 6. So when Destiny 2 came out, there was a huge issue with teams of 4s matching randoms and whatever. And they fixed it to where now the way that I understand it is, let's say a team of 6 matches 6 randoms in quick play. The 6 randoms in quick play are going to have a higher true skill ranking than the team of 6. So what is true skill? True skill is, how well they do with killing people before they die, their KD, how many games they've won. So their stats are going to look better than the team of 6. So they're going to be individually more skilled than the team of 6. But here's the thing about the team of 6. It doesn't matter if the team of 6 has, barely a 1.0 KD. They're using teamwork. If they're a clan, they've been playing together for a long time, they're using teamwork, and that's what it takes to win a game. Somebody can get, I've gotten 30, 35 kills in a game, and I've still lost, while the other team, all of them go negative, because it's about the win. So they still haven't fixed the issue, and like I said, and here I go again, it just doesn't make any sense. In Halo 3, Halo 3 was perfect because a team could not match randoms in matchmaking. They made it to where that was impossible. And I played 30,000 games of Halo 3, accumulating all my accounts, and I never, not one time, matched a team. Team of 3 or team of 4. I never matched them, Well, you can match a team of 3 if you're going in by yourself, because, a team of 3 will match a team of 3 with 1 random on each team. But anyway, they need to make it to where a team cannot match randoms, because that's just not fair. I've never played with this guy's never played with this guy, and we're just trying to get our bounties done, or we're just trying to, get our powerful rewards. So it just doesn't make any sense to me how so many things that made Halo phenomenal, they didn't transfer over to Destiny. Like, I just don't understand why they would go back on what made Halo phenomenal. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's the top 10 reasons why Destiny 2 PvP sucks. If you agree, thumbs it up. If you don't, tell me why you don't agree in the comment section below. I understand people have fun in PvP. I understand people like PvP, but that's not what I'm talking about at the end of the day. If you have fun in PvP, that's awesome. If you like it, that's awesome. But I'm talking about if it takes skill or not. I'm talking about if it's competitive or not, because, that's who I am. If you're not a competitive player, if you don't care if it takes skill, then I can't relate to you. I can't understand why you don't want it to be I can't. I'm sorry. I've been competitive since I was 4 years old. That's when I started playing video games, and I was a competitive motherfucker. I still am a competitive player, and I want every game that I play, multiplayer wise, to take an insane amount of skill because I like to challenge myself. And if you don't like to challenge yourself, if you don't want every game that you play multiplayer wise to take skill, I can't relate to you and I can't understand why you wouldn't want that. Um, but P.S. Gambit, a little bit of Gambit before I end the video. Gambit is a huge problem right now. So let's say that I'm doing really good. I have 15 modes and I need to bank them. But hold on, there are a couple blockers making it to where I can't bank them. So I gotta kill the blockers first. But hold on, right before I kill the last blocker, oh, invasion. Somebody is on our side and they are going to try to kill me because I have the most modes. And why are they going to try to kill me? How do they know where I am? Oh, because when you go over to the other side, you can see who has the most modes and you can see where they are. I don't understand why that's a thing. I really don't. Like, could you make it any easier for a player going over to the other side to kill other players? Wait a minute. Yes, you can. You can give him an overshield. That's just mind-blowing. So they get an overshield when they go on the other side. They get to see who has the most motes, so they know who they have to kill, and they know where they are because they can just see where they are. I just don't understand, you know. When somebody goes over to the other side, they should have to, you know, work a little bit for that. But all they have to do is stand right where they, you know, come over at with their sleeper simulant and just, you know, they have 3 or 4 bullets and they just pull the trigger once and they kill somebody from a mile away. Sleeper simulant is a huge problem. All you have to do, like, go on Twitter, go in the search bar, and all you have to type in is Gambit space sleeper. And look at all the people bitching and complaining about that. Look at that. Bungie has already said that they are going to be making changes to the sleeper simulant to make it a more balanced weapon, but I just don't think that's going to cut the cake. Just take it out. The whole point of, like, okay, why did they make it a sleeper exist? Why? They did it for raids, so that they could melt the boss a lot faster. That's why they did it. That's why they made an overpowered fusion rifle that overpenetrates. That's why they did that. But yeah, I mean, Gambit is a huge problem, not just because of the super stimulant, but there is a huge issue with the matchmaking in Gambit. I don't know what is going on with the coding, with the servers, but so many games are starting 2-on-4, 1-on-3, and I just don't understand why games start like that, you know? If somebody has the quest, you know, to where they have to win a game with all Gambit armor, how are they going to win a game when it's a 1-on-3, you know? Like, disregarding what I said about, you know, Crucible matching randoms with Team of Sixes and stuff like that, like, it's impossible to win a game 2-on-4. Gambit takes so much teamwork to win a game, and I mean, it's just mind-blowing, like, why that's a thing where a game will start with uneven teams. Like, I just don't get it. There are so many games out there. An example will be Rocket League, where the game will not start if it's not even teams. So if it's a 3-on-3 and somebody quits out, the game will not start. And if it doesn't start within 10 or 20 seconds, the game will be canceled and you'll have to search again. In social, a game can start with uneven teams, like 2-on-3 or whatever, but you will get bots on your team, so at least you'll have something to help you out. So here's the thing. Here's what you can do. If you do not want to look at the matchmaking system, if you do not want to see what the issue is with your servers, why people can't connect, why people are quitting out, why you're not banning people for quitting out of the games, then do this. Give the people that are still in the game that have an unfair advantage because they have to go up against 3 people, or him and his teammate have to go up against 4 people. Give them an advantage. Give them a handicap. Start them off with 50 motes in the bank. Start them off with a damage buff. Let them go over to the other side at the beginning of the game. I don't know. Figure it out. Or you could just fix your servers, or you could just make it to where the game won't start until it is a 4-on-4, even teams, you know? Because but, you know, there is join in session, and that's phenomenal. I'm ecstatic that there's join in session in Gambit, but it takes forever for somebody to join in. So when I start up the game and it's a 2-on-4, you know, I'm not going to quit out because I got to get my bounties done. It takes forever to freaking start up a game in Gambit because of the dialogue and all that stuff and the animation. But by the time somebody joins, it's 2-on-4. We're already losing by 30 or 40 points. They've already come to our side, killed us with sleeper stimulants. So they really need to take a look at Gambit. I think Gambit is a phenomenal idea. I think the execution has been horrible. I mean, the last 3 Gambit games I've played, I've lost 3 in a row. It's just really, really bad. But anyway, and I think they need to explain the rules better on what to do to win the game in Gambit, because like once we summon our Primeval, I've noticed that my teammates just start shooting the Primeval, and they don't understand that if they kill the enemies around the Primeval before they shoot the Primeval, they get a damage buff, so they can kill it a lot faster. And that's something that wasn't really ever explained. I think something that would be phenomenal going down the road if Bungie ever puts out new game modes of some sort. They need to maybe put a rule book in the game that you can go to your triumphs, go to Gambit, and just like you read the lore, when you complete a triumph, you can read the rule book so you know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. But that's gonna end the rant, guys. I know in the video I went off a little off topic and stuff, but I'm really passionate about this because I love Destiny. I don't love it as much as Halo, but I love it right next to Halo. I think PvE is phenomenal. I mean, out of 10, I give this game a 7. I knocked 3 points. I knocked 1 point. I knocked 2 points because of how greedy they are and what they did with the Osiris and Warmind DLC, where they took story missions and just made them strikes. Very lazy, very greedy DLCs and stuff like that. So just them being shady and fucking over their customers, I knocked 2 points from that, and then I knocked 1 for having a horrible PvP experience. So I give Destiny 2 a 7 out of 10. I give Destiny 1 a 9 out of 10. I think Destiny 1 was a lot better than Destiny 2. But I'm still having a lot of fun in Destiny 2 over this Forsaken DLC. When it has been shitty for PvP, it has been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in PvE. And that's mostly what I'm playing because I can't stand PvP. But anyways, that's going to be it, guys. I'm doing this on XSplits, so I can't see how long I've been making this video. So it's probably 30 minutes, who knows. But I decided to get this off my chest. I decided to make a video. I know it's been a while. So anyways, once this gets uploaded, I will be streaming on Twitch. Going to be doing at least a 12-hour stream today. Going to be doing a little bit of Dead by Daylight, checking out the new DLC that came out. And then going to be hopping on Destiny 2 to, complete my powerful rewards. And then I still need to finish the campaign on my Hunter since I've been just focusing on my Titan and Warlock. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to go down below. And hope you guys have an amazing hump day. And I will catch you in the stream if you come check it out. Peace.